What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back for more Oddsparks. I have a big project in mind, and it's... I don't know exactly how I want to go about it. Okay, so the main idea is I want to get started on farming the Terrans, and for that I need to... Well, I don't know if I need to, but I want to use boomy sparks for it. Now, I've got the timing set up for how I want to throw the sparks. So the way I've got it set up is over here. Um, with a timer, see, there they are right there. They've already spawned in. With a timer, if you set it to 4 seconds sending a signal and then wait for 10 seconds, or wait forever, however long, it will throw 4 sparks. If I've got 2 set up, theoretically, that should be 8 total that are sent. And I mean, I could test this relatively easily right now. I suppose I should test that before I even get started with anything else, just to see if this is going to work the way that I think it's going to. But this should send sparks for the right amount of time. So let's just throw some in here. So this should throw 8 total, which should kill both of these rock Terrans. So let's see. If it doesn't work, then, well, I'll just extend the time and throw a little bit more. Okay, it works. The other problem is, collecting the materials and stuff like that. So I might throw out some other ones. This is the other problem. I've got to figure out how to make it so that they, well, don't throw when there's no enemy. But that's another thing I need to work out. I might do that with timers and do stupid stuff like that. But, yeah, so that's my current big project that I'm working on. And, yeah, figured I would kind of brainstorm with you guys while I'm messing around here. First, let's throw one of those in there. And, yeah, this is just so that I could start to automate the furnaces and stuff like that. You can see I've got a lot of quartz on me right now because I've been blowing up a lot of stuff. Okay. How are we going to set up collection of the items is the next thing. I mean, I suppose I could send out on a separate circuit. Would that be the best way to do it, though? The problem with sending him out on a separate circuit is I don't know what sparks I would keep in there in order to do it. I mean, I guess I could do, like, carry sparks. I could reroute some of the stone sparks down here, the rocky sparks, to a thrower up here. I would only need a few of them. Yeah, we might do that. Okay, so if I would want you guys to be collectors, where would I want this? I don't know. There? That work? It's not optimal. And we would extend this line down slightly. So another thing is I need to set up a train station over here. It doesn't necessarily have to be right here, but I think I want it to be right here. And as far as fueling it is concerned, I think we're going to set up... There's two options I have right now. I can set up a separate furnace that produces coal. I could set up a station over here expressly for the purpose of refueling it. That wouldn't be a problem, because I've got the trees right here, and all I need is trees for that. Or, and this is where it would be a little needlessly complicated, or I could set up a rail track that goes all the way up here to where I've already got coal going, and then line and route all the way this way and come down on the Boomy Spark Shrine where I've got it set up. I'm not necessarily against that idea. That would require us to run a line through a decent chunk of stuff we already have set up. I'm not against that idea, mostly because we're going to have train lines go through all this anyway, eventually. So having a big train line set up for this this coal deposit right here isn't a terrible idea. But the big problem is that would take a very long time, and it would use a lot of resources, which that's the thing I don't care much about, but it would still use a lot of stuff. I don't know, man. That's a lot. that's a lot. Oh, how do I want to do this? I do not know. Do not know. I mean, I could set up a small or relatively small track specifically for the Boomy Sparks. And I could do the larger train loop incorporated into the main coal production later. It's a tough call. It's a tough call. And then as far as where I'm going to produce the coal, anywhere with a tree will work. I've got 3 trees right here just kind of sitting here, but they're already kind of mixed in with a bunch of stuff already, namely this one line right here. It wouldn't be that hard to incorporate it. Let's go take a look over here. So if I were to set this up, I could put it right behind this station, have it load up the coal from here. Yeah, because we've got the tree right here. Not a terrible idea. Oops, wrong ones. Okay, so let's set up our furnace. Let's go for here, I guess. So it's going to go there. Our train station can go... can probably go like here. I actually don't need a wagon loader here, do I? Speaking of which, I don't really need wagon loaders on this one either, considering this is just a fueling station, but... yeah, we don't need the wagon stations. Okay. This is going to be a long build. I don't know if I'm going to actually be including all of the footage of it, because it's going to be a lot. Yeah, that'd probably be a better way to do that. Okay. Or, well, actually, no. We could do that. That's fine. Right, so we can just go straight across, thusly. We can throw a couple of you guys in here. I don't think I need this random stuff. Okay, and we should probably have this line pretty readily saturated, so I think 8 will do. Whatever. It's not really keeping up with the collection, but that's not a big problem. Okay. So from here, we can set up a couple of crates, like so. And yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you're going to be set to 20. Likewise, and empty's fine on that one. Okay, so that's that done. This is 20 and 20. Perfect. Now then, here's the hard part. We're going to have to route this track all the way over here. I'm going to need to take frequent breaks, I think. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Perfect. Well, at least with a dedicated track, I won't have to worry about too much spacing and stuff like that. The route I take at this point doesn't matter that much. Oh yeah, I should probably explain this whole monstrosity I've got set up over here, huh? Place this track and I'll get to explaining some of this stuff. Okay. So, I didn't like my previous drop items off and call it good deal that I had set up here. So I set up this with these guys. They kind of go and do their thing, and they drop off into 2 of each of the chests now, so I won't run, well, theoretically, I won't run into the same problems that I did before. Yeah. Wonder how much path and plate I have set up, just so I can kind of show it off a little bit. After we go grab this, we'll continue with the train setup. Bet you guys love it when I do train setups. There we go. As you can see, our stone production over here is definitely keeping up. Yeah. So I did a shutdown on wheel production because, yeah, we had plenty. We had plenty. So I set it up this way. So we're going to need the path, we're going to need stone plates. How many do we have over here? A lot. Alright, I think I can get rid of this quartz now. Again, I wasn't really holding on to it for any particular reason, so let's kind of grab some of this stuff, huh? Take those two. Alright, I don't want to take from the supply crate just yet, so let's head on over. Okay, so at this point, you just have to figure out where you're dropping off the things. So I've got path tiles to drop off to the village elder. And so that one's going to be this path right here, I believe. So you can drop it off that way. And then, yeah, eventually it'll get dropped off at the right spot. So, yeah, that was something I was working on. Pretty fun stuff. I also set up production of small vials off of our... It's such a mess over here. Off of our quartz that we were gathering for the dowsing stones. So there's a furnace right here, I think. And that's being fed from this tree via a zip line down here, and then it's gathering, like, I think right here or something. I don't know, whatever. We'll go visit that later. Oh, also, did you know that this clock shows your actual real time? So it's 1:04 right now, so this is showing 1:04, almost 1:05. So yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Anyway, let's get back to the big project, huh? Okay. So I'm thinking where exactly we place these right now doesn't matter that much. We'll end up getting there. Oh, look, it's our fertilizer line. Good for it. I could actually follow along this for a little bit. I never said this was going to be pretty. Okay? I never said that. Oh, you dang trees, get out of the way. I think we need to start coming over on this angle, huh? Okay, now we're out of sawn timber. So we're waiting again. Alright, so that's the direct line to the coal. Well, kinda direct. What a spaghetti. So that's going to come over here. We're going to have our station. I I don't know where. As you can see, our Boomy Spark production has just been wonderful. We're all full up on everything over here. I should actually grab some more, just to have them. Got the trophy for throwing 100 of them, by the way. I think we can have our station just right here. So how do we want to loop this back around? Because obviously it needs to be a loop. Well, come over here, drop off on this little island here, loop, do a sharp loop back, going through everything again. So go like that. If I fed back into this line from the drop-off, it would end up coming up like this, I think. Then it would loop back around into the line, end up facing this direction, come this way, come through here, loop back around, feed in this way. Yeah, I could make a real short loop and have it just be one track instead of a big, huge loop. Would that work? Yeah, that would work. So yeah, we could have the wagons facing in a direction. And I think I only need to really have one wagon. So that could work, actually. We'll have a loader. Dang it. Get out of here. Okay, so we can have a wagon, loader here. Stone path. Actually, let's shift this one space over. Yeah, sure. Thinking about how I want to load this. Do something like this. Very experimental. And then if I have two would probably be fine. And then 4. excessive, but whatever. Oh, right, this is just set dressing. It's not actually a problem. Okay. Well, I can't really set up an exit here because it's such a small splitter. Yeah, whatever. Just to have some on me. You know, funnily enough, I think because... Yeah, because of how it's set up, they're just never going to drop off on this left side path. So I would need to actually take one more guy here. I think that'll fix it. Or I would have to move this path slightly. Make it so it branches off this way. Don't do what I'm doing. This is a very stupid way to do this. Do what I say, not what I do. Okay. Yeah, let's just try that again, huh? Sure. Okay. Where has the time gone? Okay. Right. Did we get enough stuff? Kinda. Saw and timber is definitely not keeping up. Alright. First off, let's continue from here before we try to build our little self-contained loop on one track. I mean, technically it's going to be one track regardless, but one active lane? I don't know how you would actually call this. Anyway. So, let's go up a smidge. Continue thusly. I gotta get up there. Gotta get up there. Of course. More stuff. Where am I actually storing my sawn timber from. I think it's over here. Yeah, it's over here. Not really keeping up, is it? The only time I ever run into these issues is when I start making a lot of track. Past that, it's not really a problem. Where else am I producing? Producing here. So I can actually get rid of you. Just replace you with a supply chest. Right here. There we go. Well, I will actually take these with me. Okay. And we could do the same thing over here as well. There you go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let's continue. Let's... This one... Could just destroy that coral, but I'm feeling lazy. Perfect. Okay. So that's good. We can throw a locomotive in here. Thusly. And I think we'll go with a big cargo wagon. Just one. How many are you gonna hold? 100? Yep, 100. Okay. That's not too bad. Right, so you're gonna be set in loading mode. That's fine. Now, this track, if I just turn it around and reconsolidate it into this line, it'll be facing in this direction when it reaches here. Let's say we drop off here and loop back around, it'll come through this station the opposite direction. Land back here in this direction and go back that way. Okay, so we can do this just fine. I would actually like a somewhat sharp turn here. So this is going to be a very ugly transition, but that's okay. The minimum I can get away with. Oh my god, it's a 90-degree turn. I'm not going to do that. Thought about it though. Alright, so at this point we can go like this, straight forward. We'll go here and then Go like that. Okay. That should be good. So that's going to come back around. And it'll end up at the train stop over here. Which, by the way, I should set this up as a timer mode for, let's say, 30 seconds. We'll get another Scouty Spark in here as the driver, because why not? Do we have anything we can fuel? Do explosives burn as fuel? I think they do, actually. Pretty sure they do. This is probably a horrible decision. Yeah, they're 3 a minute. That's not enough fuel. Stop. Cool. Turn around. It's really funny fueling a train with explosives, but whatever. It's all temporary for now. Okay, so we can stop that. Get out of here. I have no idea if that's going to be enough fuel. It should be enough fuel to get it back. Alright, well. Let's just open that up. That'll probably be enough fuel. If it stalls on the line, that's going to be unfortunate. But it should be enough, I think, to get it back to the coal line. Now we just got to set up the loop on the other side. It'll all be gravy. How are we looking on our train poles? Lovely. Coal is looking a-okay. You love to see it. Okay. Now then. I think we're going to do it over here for the unloading. So let's do that first. Before we start bringing track over here. Okay, gonna have to blow you guys up again. This is the easy part. Now I just gotta figure out the item collection, which may or may not be easy. I do not know yet. Okay, so we can go like here, I think. We'll get an offload this direction. Definitely didn't need 10 of you guys. Okay. And we'll have to get some cannons or something and launch them over in that direction, I think. But for now, that's fine. Okay, let's set up this. I actually don't want it to go through this, if I can avoid it. It's getting stupid looking. Correction, idiot. It was already stupid looking. Okay. Anyway. There it is. He's back. He made it. Good job. Let's put you in stop mode. Barely used any of the fuel I gave you. Good job. Proud of you. Alright. So I believe, yeah, it's 2 a minute, so that should be way more than enough fuel. Now we just gotta loop it back around, and we should be good. I think. So we'll do the same-ish thing over here. Set up a disgusting angle to return by. Ladder. Give me a ladder. Okay. I think that's done. So yeah, you're gonna be in unloading mode. I think that's good. I think I got the directionality on the wagons. Unloaders and loaders good. It's the exit loop that needs to stay the same. We're not going to need to worry about anything too crazy, I don't think. There you go. Unloaded. Do your thing. I mean, okay, let's be real here. I always end up riding the trains on our setup routes, so let's go ahead and do that. Go. Actually driving the train right now. A little bit of clipping. That's okay. So if I exit the train, you'll stop here and wait for 30 seconds? Yeah. Which, that's fine. We could probably make this a 15-second timer, I'm thinking. Then we'll ride it the rest of the way. Not too bad. We're going to start seeing some slowdowns here pretty soon. Like, significant slowdowns. Felt like the train was kind of struggling there for a second. That's okay. You guys can go in here. You're similar cargo anyway. Go, Scouty Spark! Drive! Drive along this abhorrent track. Spaghetti Maximus. There you go. Get here. I want people to see the glorious train ride in all of its splendor. I do like the trains. They're pretty fun. It is always kind of nice going through the factory on an elevated little train track. Just kind of lets you see some of the progress you've made, you know? Fun to take it all in. Hello, explosive production. Look at you. Cracking on. Doing a wonderful job. We've got explosives waiting down the line. That means the production of Boomy Sparks is halted somewhat, probably. Well, they are coming to go collect, so no, it's actually still doing its thing. It's still producing just fine. Alright, so you'll load up here. I don't know if we'll have a full cargo, but we'll see. About halfway now. Hey, we did have enough. There we go. So you'll exit the train station, and we've already seen it arrive back. But, yeah, it's working. Very good. Ooh, man, that connector between the locomotive and the train car was a little stretchy there for a second. Not too bad. So, how much fuel have we used? 3. Oh, yeah. We could probably set the train station back there for 10 seconds instead of a 15-second timer. But having a longer timer isn't necessarily a bad thing. It gives more time for the Boomy Sparks to be created, so that's not too bad. But yeah, another successful train line setup. This time with a, man, what would you call this orientation of this type of a track line? Of a self-contained loop like this? A lasso? A lasso route? Is that already a thing? I'm going to call this a lasso route. Coining it now. Although I'm pretty sure somebody else has already done it, but I'm coining it. It's mine. You could make lasso routes just to have less track real estate. So effectively one line instead of a big looping line like we've got set up here. If you've got one destination in mind or one thing that you're transporting, a lasso route might be the best thing to do. Pretty much just a straight line. Not too bad. Yeah, especially if you can incorporate another fueling station, like what I've got set up here. Alright, we're almost back. Alright, we'll stop here and refuel for a fraction of a second. And that's it, it's refueled. Yeah, we could probably crank this down to 10 seconds. Call it good. Now the hard part of the farm is I need to moderate how many sparks can get sent through from the offload to the throwers. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Yet. I mean, the way that I've got the quantity set up is fine. So I guess it's not so much the quantity that gets fed through. It's just setting up the conditions of activating the throwers themselves without shooting their load, so to speak, when there isn't a creature there. So that's going to be the hard part. So I know people have set it up with like motion sensors and stuff like that. I just haven't figured it out that way yet. Yeah. You know, technically, if I set up a loop here and have 10 hauling sparks on it, they'll unload this all by themselves without having to rely on this. It's not going to be as quick to offload, but yeah, whatever. It achieves the same goal. I don't really care if they sit there. Oh, man. Setting up the motion sensors. That's going to be the next goal. Mostly because I just haven't messed with them very much. So if I set up a motion sensor here, do you get activated if it's just stationary? I don't think so. I would like for you to send a signal the second it spawns in. But I don't know if that's a thing or not. That was interesting. We might need to set it for a really particular angle here, so that it specifically only goes over the heron. Yeah, it might work on spawn. That might work on spawn. I really not have anybody else here. I guess I don't need to use them. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only other way to test it is just when they actually spawn. Man, are we already at 55 minutes? Criminy. Maybe I'll look up some other designs. So far in this series, I haven't looked up any designs whatsoever from other, people in the Discord or creators or anything. So everything that I've done so far has been just me. So that's been pretty cool. But anyway, I'm going to mess around with this a little bit more. When I come up with a solution, I'll go ahead and and let you guys know. But for now, I'm gonna bang my head against this and try to figure it out. But I will see you all in the next episode. If you guys liked it, feel free to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, so on and so forth. Bye-bye.